The night begins with silence. Not the silence of peace, but the kind of silence that hides secrets, heavy, electric, waiting to explode. Somewhere in the city, a camera flashes. One click, one frame. And just like that, the world shifts. Shinyu and Miles Wei, seated in a quiet cafe, laughing like two people who share something they're not ready to reveal. The photo spreads like wildfire. At first, just whispers. Then a roar. Are they dating? What about Dylan? This can't be real. And in those moments, social media turns into a battlefield. Fans fight with words, with theories, with emotions too raw to contain. But through all the noise, one question rises above the rest. What will Dylan Wang do? Because this isn't just about two actors meeting for coffee. This is about history. This is about the story fans have been writing in their hearts for years. Dylan and Shinyu weren't just co-stars. They were a phenomenon. Their love story in Meteor Garden wasn't scripted anymore, at least not to the millions who watched them. It was destiny, and destiny isn't supposed to change. And yet, Miles Wei appears. Calm, grounded, smiling in that way that makes people wonder if he knows something the rest of the world doesn't. At first, Dylan stays silent. Hours pass, then days. And in that silence, theories spread faster than truth. Some fans say he's furious, quietly plotting how to win her back. Others insist he's hurt, but trying to stay strong. And some whisper that maybe, just maybe, Dylan has already moved on. But silence never lasts forever. And when Dylan finally breaks it, his words carry more weight than anyone expected. In an interview, subtle and unscripted, Dylan is asked about Shinyu. His eyes, sharp, but heavy with something unspoken, linger for a moment too long before he answers. And then, in a voice steady but laced with vulnerability, he says, Shinyu is someone very important to me. I think everyone can see that. As for the rest, some things are better left unsaid. The world stops. It's not denial. It's not confirmation. It's something in between, the kind of answer that keeps you awake at night, replaying every syllable, every glance, every pause. But then it happens. The interviewer mentions Miles Wei. And for the briefest moment, Dylan's lips curve into a faint smile. Not a happy smile. Not a careless one. A smile that hides something deeper, irony, maybe jealousy, maybe a story he's not ready to tell. That 1 second, captured and shared endlessly online, becomes the fuel of 1,000 debates. Fans dissect it frame by frame. Did you see his eyes? That's pain. No, that's confidence. He knows Shinyu's heart belongs to him. Wait, maybe he's just amused at all the rumors. The internet can't agree, but it doesn't matter. The damage, or perhaps the magic, is done. Dylan has spoken, not with words, but with silence, pauses, and a single fleeting smile. Meanwhile, Shinyu stands at the center of a storm she never asked for. To her fans, she's always been the girl next door, warm, approachable, someone who avoids scandal rather than courts it. So why is her name now tied to two men, and a triangle no-drama writer could have crafted better? Because Shen Yue has changed. She is no longer the fresh-faced girl of Meteor Garden. She's a woman, an actress with depth, maturity, and her own choices. With Miles Wei, she seems different, comfortable, relaxed, as if she doesn't have to try. With Dylan, she was shy, giggling, almost fragile. With Miles, she is steady, calm, glowing in a different way. And fans notice. Look at her smile with Miles. That's comfort. That's real, some say. No, her heart belongs to Dylan. You can see it in her eyes whenever they're together. Others counter. The fandom splits, the lines drawn deep. And the war of opinions turns personal, emotional, unstoppable. Miles Wei, once the quiet rising star, is suddenly in the spotlight he never sought. Known for his acting, his calm demeanor, and his lack of gossip, he now finds himself compared with Dylan Wang at every turn. Some embrace him, cheering for a fresh start for Shinyu. Others attack him, calling him the intruder, the man who doesn't belong in a story already written. But Miles doesn't speak. At least, not publicly. His silence is different from Dylan's. Dylan's is heavy, filled with meaning. Miles's silence is calm, unshaken, almost as if he knows the truth will reveal itself in time. And that calm only fuels the mystery more. Then comes the twist. Dylan appears at a fan event, dressed sharply, charming as ever. But it's not his style that catches the world's attention, it's his words. A fan asks casually what he thinks about people moving on. Dylan chuckles softly, and then he says, "Sometimes, letting go doesn't mean losing. It means trusting." The internet explodes again. What does he mean? Is he letting Shinyu go? Is he trusting her choice? Or is he speaking in riddles, hinting that their bond is unshakable no matter what? Every possibility is dissected, every word turned into headlines. And Shinyu? She remains silent, caught between speculation and reality. But sometimes, silence speaks louder than words. Because when you look closer, the story isn't just about Shinyu, Miles, or Dylan. It's about us. About fans who see themselves in their stars, who believe in love stories that blur the line between fiction and reality. It's about the hope that what we saw on screen wasn't just acting, that those glances and laughs carried truth. And it's about the fear that maybe they didn't. The comparisons don't stop. With Dylan, Shinyu was a dream, a fantasy. The girls swept into romance. With Miles, she seems grounded, real, like two people who found peace in each other's company. Which is more powerful? Which is more lasting? No one knows. And that's why the story won't die. Because fans don't just want answers, they want closure. They want Dylan to declare his love, or Shinyu to make her choice, or Miles to step into the spotlight. But in the absence of answers, they create their own. Every tweet, every post, every comment adds another layer to the narrative, until it's no longer just about 3 people, it's about millions. And maybe that's the real drama. Not what's happening behind closed doors, but what's happening in the hearts of those who watch. So, where does it end? Does Dylan fight back, claiming the woman fans believe was always his? Does Miles quietly win her heart, proving that love doesn't need noise to be real? Or does Shinyu, tired of the storm, choose no one but herself? No one can say. Not yet. But one thing is certain. This isn't the end. Not even close. The story is still unfolding, and every day brings new whispers, new photos, new theories. The triangle of Shinyu, Miles Wei, and Dylan Wang is no longer just entertainment. It's a living drama, playing out in real time, with millions of us watching, waiting, hoping, fearing. And as the credits of this chapter roll, one question lingers, echoing louder than all the rest. Is Shenyu's future written with Miles Wei, or is Dylan Wang still the man who holds her heart? Only time will tell. Backhand index pointing right, what do you think? Is this just friendship between Shinyu and Miles, or the start of something bigger? Was Dylan's smile a mask of pain, a show of confidence, or a secret message to Shinyu herself? Comment your thoughts below. Let's see whose story you believe. And don't forget, like, subscribe, and hit that bell, because the next chapter in this real-life drama is coming.